What if I told you that the first social media posts were made not with smartphones, but with charcoal and ochre over 40,000 years ago? Welcome to the world of cave paintings, humanity's earliest attempt to share stories, connect communities, and leave a mark for eternity. These ancient artworks are more than just pretty pictures. They might just be the world's first social network. Buckle up for a journey through time that'll make you rethink your next Instagram post. Let's dive in. Picture this. It's the Paleolithic era, over 40,000 years ago. The world is wild, untamed, and survival is a daily battle. Our ancestors weren't just club-wielding cavemen. They were clever, creative, and deeply connected to their world. They hunted massive beasts like mammoths, crafted tools from flint, and gathered around fires to share stories. But deep inside caves, they did something extraordinary. They painted. These weren't random doodles. They were messages, stories, and maybe even memes of their time. So, what drove them to create this art? And could it really be the ancestor of our social media? Let's step into the Lascaux cave in France, one of the most famous art galleries of prehistory. Discovered in 1940 by a group of teenagers, this cave holds over 600 paintings and 1,500 engravings, dating back 17,000 years. From galloping horses to charging bison, these images are so detailed they almost seem to move. But Lascaux isn't alone. Caves like Altamira in Spain and Chauvet in France, dating back 30,000 years, tell a similar story. These weren't just caves, they were canvases for human expression. Why go to such lengths in the dark with only firelight to guide them? Check out this bison from Altamira. Look at the precision, the curve of its horns, the power in its stance. This isn't just art, it's a statement. Creating these paintings was no walk in the park. Early humans used natural pigments, red from ochre, black from charcoal, even white from crushed bones. They mixed these with animal fats or water, using sticks, brushes made from hair, or even their own hands. Some blew pigment through hollow reeds, like an ancient spray can. Imagine the effort, the skill, all to leave a mark deep in a cave where few would see it. Why? One theory is hunting magic. Some archaeologists believe these paintings were like a prehistoric vision board. Paint the animal, and you'd have power over it during the hunt. Picture an early hunter sketching a deer on the cave wall, hoping it would bring luck for tomorrow's chase. It's not so different from posting about your goals online today, manifesting success through imagery. But was it just about food, or was there something deeper at play? Step into a cave at night. The air is cool, the darkness thick. A shaman stands before the painted walls, the fire casting shadows that make the animals seem alive. Many researchers think caves were sacred spaces, used for rituals to connect with the spiritual world. These paintings might have been part of ceremonies, invoking animal spirits for protection or guidance. Some even suggest artists entered trance-like states, their visions spilling onto the walls. Could these caves have been the first temples, where art and spirituality intertwined? But here's where it gets really interesting. Cave paintings weren't just for shamans or hunters. They were for the whole community. Think of them as a prehistoric newsfeed, sharing stories of survival, triumphs, and beliefs. A painting of a successful hunt might have been a way to celebrate, like posting a victory photo today. Or a depiction of a lion could warn others about dangers lurking nearby. These images were a way to teach, to inspire, to connect. Sound familiar? That's the essence of social media. Thanks to modern science, we're peeling back the layers of these ancient artworks. Radiocarbon dating has revealed some paintings, like those in Indonesia's Sulawesi Island, are over 44,000 years old, making them the oldest known art in the world. 3D scanning shows how artists layered colors and used cave contours to make images pop. And here's a shocker. Some paintings glow under UV light, thanks to fluorescent minerals, creating a magical effect by firelight. These weren't just paintings, they were experiences. Cave art wasn't just a European thing. From the rock shelters of Brazil's Serra da Capivara to Australia's Arnhem Land and South Africa's Blombos Cave, early humans were painting everywhere. This global spread shows that creating art was a universal human urge, like tweeting or posting today. No matter where they were, our ancestors felt the need to share their stories, their fears, their dreams. It's like they were saying, "We're here, and this is our world." Here's something heartwarming. Kids were in on the action too. Handprints and simpler drawings found in caves like Spain's El Castillo suggest children as young as 5 contributed to these artworks. Imagine a kid dipping their hand in ochre, pressing it to the wall, leaving their mark for millennia. It's like a prehistoric version of a child's first TikTok video, learning and sharing alongside their elders. Cave art was a family affair, a way to pass down culture and knowledge. So, were cave paintings the first social media? Let's break it down. Today, we post to share our lives, our victories, our struggles, our art. Cave paintings did the same. A bison on the wall might have been a hunter's flex, like posting a trophy photo. A handprint could be a way to say, "I exist," not unlike a selfie. While our platforms are digital and instant, cave paintings were a slower, more permanent way to connect across generations. They were the original posts, etched in stone. Long before emojis, before books, before even the alphabet, our ancestors used images to communicate. Cave paintings were their tweets, their stories, their way of saying, "This matters." They were a social network for a time without Wi-Fi, linking communities through shared visuals. And just like our posts today, they were meant to be seen, to be remembered, to spark conversation. Let's paint a picture. It's evening in a Paleolithic camp. The fire crackles, casting light on the cave walls where animals seem to dance. The tribe gathers, sharing tales of the day's hunt or a new child born. The paintings aren't just decorations. They're the backdrop for storytelling, bringing the community together. A horse painting might inspire a tale of a daring chase, just like we use photos to tell our stories today. These moments were about connection, about belonging. Here's where it gets mind-blowing. Some cave paintings were more than art, they were calendars. At Lascaux, certain images align with lunar cycles, suggesting early humans tracked the stars. Imagine them painting dots to mark the moon's phases, like an ancient Google Calendar. This wasn't just art, it was science, showing a deep understanding of the cosmos thousands of years before telescopes. And get this, some paintings literally glowed. Certain pigments, like those with manganese, fluoresce under firelight, creating a dazzling effect. Imagine standing in a cave, watching a bison shimmer like it's alive. This wasn't just art, it was a performance, a way to captivate and inspire. It's like the prehistoric version of a viral video designed to leave you in awe. Now, let's bust some myths. You might think cave paintings were just for decoration, like ancient wallpaper. Wrong. Their placement in hard-to-reach caves and the effort involved suggests they had purpose, whether spiritual, educational, or social. Another myth? That they were made by lone genius artists. Nope. Evidence shows entire communities, including kids, contributed. And don't believe cave art was just European. From Indonesia to Argentina, humans everywhere were painting their stories. Speaking of global art, let's take a world tour. In Argentina's Cueva de las Manos, you'll find hand stencils from 9,000 years ago, like a prehistoric guest book. In South Africa's Blombos Cave, engravings date back 70,000 years, showing humans were creating long before Europe's caves became famous. And in Indonesia, a 44,000-year-old painting of a wild pig proves art was a global language. These sites show that no matter where humans lived, they had a burning need to create and connect. Every time you post on X or share a story on Instagram, you're part of a tradition that began in those ancient caves. Our ancestors didn't have hashtags, but they had handprints. They didn't have likes, but they had stories that resonated across generations. Cave paintings were their way of saying, "We were here and this is what mattered." They were humanity's first attempt at a social network, one that's still speaking to us today. As we leave the caves behind, let's reflect. From ochre on stone to pixels on screens, the human need to share, to connect, to tell our story hasn't changed. Cave paintings were more than art. They were a lifeline, a way to unite communities and defy time. So the next time you post online, think about it. What's your cave painting? What story are you leaving for the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do these ancient artworks mean to you? Thanks for joining us on this epic journey through time. If you loved diving into the world's first social network, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more adventures in history. Until next time, keep sharing your story, just like our ancestors did.